Why your sex drive died after 40. Feeling like your sex drive has taken a nosedive after 40? You're not alone. As men age, natural changes in your body can leave you feeling less energized, less confident, and less passionate. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to stay this way. In this video, we'll show you the science behind why your libido fades, and more importantly, how you can reverse it naturally with simple proven strategies. No pills, no quick fixes, just real solutions that work. Point number 1. Belly fat is an estrogen factory. You've probably been told visceral fat is just about appearance or heart health. That's incomplete information. Your midsection isn't just storing excess calories, it's actively producing estrogen through an enzyme called aromatase. Every pound of belly fat is a hormone-disrupting factory running 24 hours a day. The wrong approach. Accepting the spare tire as inevitable. Doing endless crunches hoping to spot reduce. Starving yourself with extreme calorie restriction that tanks your testosterone even further. What to do instead? Target visceral fat specifically through strategic eating windows and resistance training that prioritizes compound movements, deadlifts, squats, movements that signal your body to preserve muscle and burn fat preferentially from your midsection. When you reduce waist circumference, you're not just improving aesthetics, you're shutting down estrogen production sites. Men who drop from a 38-inch waist to 34 inches often report libido improvements within weeks, before they've even optimized other factors. That's the aromatase enzyme being starved of real estate. Point number 2. Your sleep debt killed your libido. Your testosterone production happens primarily during deep sleep, specifically during the hours between midnight and 4 a.m. if you're sleeping on a natural circadian rhythm. When you shortchange sleep, either in duration or quality, you're directly suppressing the hormonal signal that drives desire. The wrong approach, treating 5 to 6 hours as sufficient because you function fine on it. Using alcohol to fall asleep, which fragments sleep architecture. Keeping your bedroom at 72 degrees and flooded with ambient light from devices. What to do instead? Prioritize 7 to 8 hours minimum in a genuinely dark, cool room, ideally between 65 and 68 degrees. Your body needs darkness to produce melatonin, which regulates the sleep cycle that enables testosterone production. The temperature matters because thermoregulation is part of deep sleep entry. Men who optimize sleep report it as the single highest leverage change for libido restoration. One study showed men who slept 5 hours had testosterone levels 15% lower than those who slept 8. That deficit compounds nightly. You're not tired, you're hormonally depleted. Point number 3, the testosterone-killing foods in your kitchen. Your pantry likely contains foods marketed as healthy that are systematically lowering your testosterone. Soy-heavy protein bars, vegetable oils high in omega-6 fatty acids, processed foods with endocrine disruptors leaching from packaging. Even that heart-healthy margarine is antagonistic to hormone production. The wrong approach, following generic nutritional advice designed for the general population. Eating low-fat everything because you were told dietary fat causes heart disease. Consuming seed oils, canola, soybean, corn oil in nearly every packaged food you eat. What to do instead? Build your nutrition around whole foods that support testosterone synthesis. That means adequate dietary cholesterol. Your body manufactures testosterone from cholesterol. Eggs, grass-fed meat, fatty fish rich in omega-3s. Eliminate seed oils and replace them with olive oil, coconut oil, butter from grass-fed sources. These aren't minor swaps. Polyunsaturated fats in excess promote inflammation and interfere with hormone receptor sites. Men who transition to a diet centered on animal proteins, healthy fats, and fibrous vegetables consistently report increased energy and drive within 2 to 3 weeks. The biochemistry is straightforward. Give your body the raw materials it needs for hormone production instead of compounds that interfere with signaling. Point number 4, why stress flattened your desire completely. Chronic stress floods your system with cortisol. When cortisol is elevated, testosterone production decreases. It's a zero-sum game in your endocrine system. Your body can't simultaneously prepare for threat response and reproduction. The biochemical choice is made for you. The wrong approach, accepting stress as unavoidable, trying to think your way out of it with positive affirmations, ignoring the physical dimension entirely and treating it as purely psychological. What to do instead? Implement actual cortisol reducing practices that work at the physiological level. Breath work that activates your parasympathetic nervous system, 4 counts in, 6 counts out, for 5 minutes daily. Regular exposure to natural light in the morning to regulate cortisol's natural rhythm. Most critically, high intensity exercise that gives stress a physical outlet. When you lift heavy weights or sprint, you're providing the physical release your body expects after cortisol elevation. This completes the stress cycle instead of leaving it chronically elevated. Men who train intensely 3 to 4 times weekly show significantly lower resting cortisol levels and higher testosterone ratios. Your body was designed to handle acute stress, followed by recovery. Modern life gives you chronic stress with no release. That gap destroys your drive. Point number 5. Zinc deficiency symptoms you ignored for years. Zinc is essential for testosterone production, yet it's one of the most common micronutrient deficiencies in men. If you've noticed thinning hair, slower wound healing, or decreased taste sensitivity, those are zinc deficiency markers you've likely dismissed as unrelated to libido. The wrong approach, assuming you get enough through a balanced diet. Taking generic multivitamins with 15 milligrams of zinc in forms your body barely absorbs, ignoring the connection between mineral status and hormone production. What to do instead? Consume zinc-rich foods daily. Oysters are the gold standard, containing more zinc per serving than any other food. If oysters aren't practical, prioritize grass-fed beef, pumpkin seeds, and shellfish. For supplementation, use zinc picolinate or zinc glycinate, forms with significantly better bioavailability than zinc oxide found in cheap multivitamins. Optimal dosing is typically 30 to 50 milligrams daily, taken with food to prevent nausea. Pair it with copper at a 15-to-1 zinc to copper ratio to prevent imbalance. Men who correct zinc deficiency often experience noticeable improvements in desire within 4 to 6 weeks. This isn't subtle. Zinc is a rate-limiting factor in the enzymatic processes that synthesize testosterone. Point number 6. The ancestral eating pattern that restores drive. Your body evolved eating in a compressed window, not grazing every 3 hours. Constant insulin elevation from frequent eating suppresses growth hormone and testosterone. Your metabolic machinery needs rest periods to optimize hormone production. The wrong approach, eating 6 small meals daily because you were told it boosts metabolism. Starting your day with carb-heavy breakfast that spikes insulin. Never allowing your body to tap into fat stores for energy. What to do instead? Practice time-restricted eating, consuming your calories within an 8 to 10 hour window. This isn't starvation. This is eating dinner at 7 p.m. and breakfast at 9 a.m., giving your body a 14-hour overnight fast. During the fasted state, growth hormone increases, insulin sensitivity improves, and testosterone isn't suppressed by constant insulin elevation. Men who implement this pattern while maintaining adequate calories and protein report increased energy, better body composition, and improved drive. The mechanism is simple. You're working with your circadian biology instead of against it. Your ancestors didn't have 24/7 access to food. Your hormonal systems are optimized for feast and fast cycles, not constant feeding. Point number 7. Cold exposure resets hormonal signaling pathways. Your body's hormonal system responds powerfully to environmental stress, specifically cold exposure. Deliberate cold triggers a cascade of adaptations that improve mitochondrial function, increase metabolic rate, and optimize hormone receptor sensitivity. The wrong approach, avoiding all discomfort, taking exclusively hot showers, keeping every environment you inhabit at 72 degrees, never challenging your body's thermoregulatory systems. What to do instead? End your daily shower with 2 to 3 minutes of cold water. The temperature should be genuinely uncomfortable, not painful, but cold enough to trigger rapid breathing. This activates your sympathetic nervous system, increases norepinephrine, and trains your body's stress response to be more efficient. Over time, cold adaptation improves your hormonal resilience. Men who practice regular cold exposure report better mood, higher energy, and yes, improved libido. The mechanism involves brown fat activation and mitochondrial biogenesis. You're literally improving your cellular energy production. Start with 30 seconds and build progressively. The adaptation happens quickly. Within 2 weeks, what felt unbearable becomes manageable. Within a month, you'll crave it. If you've made it this far, Type drive in the comments. It shows us you're serious about implementation, not just consuming information. It helps us understand who our real community is, the men who actually take action on what they learn. Bonus point, your wife notices before you do. This is what nobody tells you. The decline you're experiencing isn't just physical, it's behavioral. Your wife or partner has already noticed the change in how you move through your environment, not just in the bedroom, everywhere. The decisiveness, the energy, the presence. When your testosterone is optimized, it affects everything. How you make decisions, how you handle conflict, how you lead your household. Women are extraordinarily attuned to these signals. They don't need to understand the biochemistry. They feel the difference in your energy. The wrong approach, thinking this is solely about sex, treating it as a private issue that doesn't affect your relationship dynamics. What to do instead? Recognize that restoring your hormonal health improves every dimension of how you show up. Your assertiveness at work, your patience with your kids, your ability to be present during conversations. The physical intimacy improves, yes, but so does everything else. Men who address hormonal health comprehensively report their partners commenting on changes before they do. She notices you're more engaged, more decisive, more you. That's testosterone affecting neurotransmitter balance, confidence, and how you process and respond to your environment. This isn't vanity. This is becoming the man you're capable of being. To recap, eliminate belly fat's estrogen production. Prioritize deep sleep. Remove testosterone-killing foods. Manage stress physically. Correct zinc deficiency. Implement time-restricted eating. And practice cold exposure. These 7 principles work synergistically. Support this video with a like. Subscribe for daily content and share this with someone who needs it. We've recommended your next video. See you tomorrow.